What's up guys, Aviation here, and this has been a long and awaited video for a What's in My FPV Bag 2021. So this is the V2 version. I did a V1 back, it's been quite a while now, but basically I've got a new bag, I've got new quads, I have a bunch of new updates, and I can't wait to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, so here's the bag. This is the Auline FPV Backpack, and I am in love with this backpack. It's capable of holding everything that I need and more. It's got a bunch of storage, it's all black, as well as all of my gear. You guys know I like blacking out all of my stuff, but basically, this bag is a dream, and I can't wait to show you guys what's on the inside. But starting on the outside, I have 4 quads strapped on. This is kind of just to show you how much I carry around all the time. It can hold up to probably about 6 quads if I really wanted to, but 4 is already overkill. There's some really cool features about this bag. First off, these straps up front, they are magnetic instead of, I don't know what you would call it. They just, instead of clicking into place, they kind of snap into place with a magnet. They usually have 4 straps up front, but I took one off, and because these ones are really removable, it makes it really easy to customize this bag to however you'd like it to be. So why don't we start off with the quads on the outside of the bag. Starting up off top, I have my Protek 35, and this squad right here is absolutely amazing. I just got this in a few days ago. This is my replacement version. The first one, I don't know what was going on with it, but when I went to go plug in the USB port, it just popped off and I just wasn't able to configure my quad at all. So I sent it back, and iFlight, I bought a new one from them, and this is the kind of the revamped version. They reinforced the USB port with TPU and screws, so that way it won't pop off. And the back of the quad, instead of it being SMA, it's now a long UFL cable into like a strong plastic straw, which this should make it a little bit more durable. But so far this quad has been really nice. This will basically be for those days where I want to fly around people for a shot, and I don't really want to hurt anyone, or I don't want to scare anyone with these big open props or like spinning knives, right? I can fly indoors, outdoors. It's just super versatile, so I'm really happy with this. iFlight, you guys killed it with this one. Now, moving on to the side, this one's kind of just a demo right now. It's kind of a paperweight because it's not able to fully function yet because I don't have a VTX. The other one I had on here, the ground cable popped off because I guess I didn't solder it on very well, and it ended up catching on fire. So I'm gonna need a new one. This is a kind of a mix between a Beta 85X and an UMA 95. So basically I had a tiny pusher a little bit ago and the ESC's fried out. So I took the pieces and I decided, hey, why don't I just build a brand new Cinebuild. It's basically a smaller version of the Protek that's less capable, but kind of something that I can fly through smaller gaps. Yeah, so I have the UMA 85 motors. This is the RCN Power 1204 motors, and yeah, Beta 85X frame. This thing should be really good when I'm finished with it, but I'll update you guys as my journey goes on. So that's that quad right there. And starting from the bottom, I have my first 5-inch quad, and this is my Nazgul 5. It's not exactly a Nazgul 5 anymore since I've made quite a few upgrades to it. I get like 5-minute flight times with this thing if I'm just kind of slow cruising, or 3.5 minutes if I'm going really hard, which is nice. It's got a lot of power and Crossfire on this thing, which I put Crossfire in all of my other quads, and it's probably the best investment I've put into this hobby. It just gives me so much reliability when I'm going long range. I don't really have to worry about kind of watching my RSSI or my link quality. I can just kind of fly freely and not really worry about fail-safing. And then of course I've got a mount up top from FlyHighFPV. You're going to see a lot of 3D printed parts that come from him, and he just makes the best prints in the game. I can't stress it enough. FlyHighFPV, check him out. Now on the top strap, I have my favorite quad of the bunch. It's built on an Apex frame from Impulse RC. Mr. Steele helped design this frame, and I can't lie, it lives up to its hype. It's an amazing frame, it looks gorgeous. I've crashed this thing pretty hard yesterday, and it looks like it's still brand new out of the box. I built it with a Diatone Mamba F7 flight controller ESC stack. I have a Ratel 2. I have the Brother Hobby Adventure V3 motors. These are the 2207 2350 kV motors. I am on 4S and I haven't found the need to upgrade to 6S yet, Maybe in the future, but for us is working fine. Use some T-motor props up top. Honestly, this thing flies amazing. This is probably my best flying quad, and I haven't really tuned it too much yet. I'll be working into that once it gets a little bit warmer outside. I'll have a little more time to spend outside. Yeah, this thing is gorgeous. Let's take a look at that. Let's move on to kind of the outward components and pouches on the side of the bag. Starting off on this side where the Yuma 85 was strapped onto, I have a rain cover for the bag, and this thing's kind of got like a thermal sheet on the inside. It keeps everything nice and warm when I'm walking around and it's winter outside. It obviously it's not like a winter coat, but it'll keep everything slightly warm, which is nice. It also protects it from rain because it's waterproof, and it fits with all the quads on the outside, which is perfect. And the other thing I have is a hero clip, and you guys have seen this from my V1 What's in My Bag, and basically it's a clip that holds up to 60 pounds of weight. I can hang this from a tree, from a stall, or anywhere I don't want to put my bag on the ground and get it dirty. On top of that, I use this to hook other things onto the side of my bag. Like I have all these holes here and I can loop it through. I can hang anything off the side, it just works as a carabiner as well. It just comes into handy and takes up no space, and I kind of just keep it on the side of my bag, which is beautiful. Moving on to the other side of the bag, we have two pouches here, which I use them for identical reasons, and it fits 5-inch props perfectly. So let's fit some 5-inch props in here. I have some gem fan props, some PB and jelly props, and I also have some Cinebuild props right over here. The other pouch is identical, so I won't really go too much into depth about that. These pouches are meant to hold props, so I threw my props in here. Lastly, on the outside, on the back, we have a really nice padding, which makes it really, really comfortable to wear this bag. And on this side here, I have a zipper that basically opens up and lets me put up to a 15-inch laptop, I believe, in here. And I don't usually carry a laptop with me everywhere I go, but if I needed to, I could. So I have storage there for that. And that just concludes on what's the outside of the bag. I am going to put it on for you guys and kind of give you guys a view on what it looks like on me. I'm not a really, really big guy. I'm about 5'9", so I'm happy that this backpack is not too big. And if I compared it to my V1 backpack, the height of the backpack is about the same, but it's just a little bit thicker. And it just holds like 3 times more in capacity, which is amazing. So yeah, here's what it looks like. Do a little bit of a spin. And let's move on to the inside of the backpack. Okay, so starting up top, this is probably my favorite feature of this backpack, which makes it really unique compared to the other backpacks, is that this thing is a separate compartment up top. And if we take a look at it, it's a transmitter bag. And over here I have a lanyard, which is not really a lanyard, but I bought it from a music store, and it's a saxophone strap. And this saxophone strap is so much more comfortable than your standard lanyard. It's a little bit stretchy, it's got some really nice soft padding, and when it goes around my neck, I just don't feel like it's pulling on my skin. Yeah, a worth it upgrade over a lanyard if you guys are finding that your neck straps are a little bit too irritating on your skin. This is the way to go. Up top, I have my radio, which fits really well in here. Let's take a look at it. So I am still repping the Jumper T12 Pro. I love this radio. It's gone through a lot with me, but I've made quite a few upgrades, so I'd like to kind of show you guys what we got. So starting off on the front, we have these gimbal guards made from FlyHighFPV. He designed these for me, and they have my logo on it, which is the AV Dynamic logo right there. And these are basically kind of just to help protect the gimbals for when I'm closing the case over top of it. I don't want to kind of press down on these gimbals or have anything just like shift them around while I'm packing away. Also, they look dope, so thank you FlyHigh for these. Now taking a look at the front of the radio. Same gimbals, I just have these stick end upgrades here. These were the first upgrades I ever made to this radio. Fly pinch, so it kind of gives me extra grip around the sides and the top. Put shrink wrap over top of some of these switch knobs here to kind of indicate which ones I use. Not that I forget, it just looks kind of cool, a little accent red on there. On the top I have an Ethics mini FPV screen. This thing is helpful for on the bench if I ever need to take a look at what my OSD looks like or make sure my camera's working. It's really convenient for that. But also, if I'm out and someone wants to spectate, just pop this screen off and they can watch through there. I took a screen protector from an iPad that was kind of matte finished. I cut it up and I lined it up with these, and I kind of made a screen protector for all of these. So if you guys can see, it doesn't really have any direct glare because it's got like a matte finish. Just a little touch I want to throw onto there. Tweet FPV makes controller grips for just about any radio that you need. And I hit him up, I think it was on Etsy, and he does these, he cuts them out to fit your radio, and these are kind of like a grip tape, and I have them on the sides and I have them on the front and I have it on the back, and basically this lets me hold my radio without really like worrying about it. Like I can just hold it like this and it just grips onto my skin really well, so that's convenient. And on the front here I have a adapter that goes onto where my lanyard loops onto, and it kind of just, honestly, extra flare, but it kind of moves the hole a little bit higher for me, so I have a better counterweight, especially since I have some stuff up the top and some stuff on the back here. It just balances the radio a lot better for me. Threw a key ring on here, so this is a little hack I learned online for if you can't fit your lanyard strap through your hole very easily, just throw a key ring on there. It makes everything so much easier. Back of the radio, we have a radio kickstand. And this thing's really handy for if you have to go anywhere and have to put this on the ground. I don't want to really lay it flat on the ground. It's a cool way to showcase your radio. It doesn't let it rest on the back of my Crossfire module. And on the bench, when I'm plugging it in, I don't have to worry about putting this radio on its face. I can kind of stand it up, plug in the USB-C cable, and do whatever updates I need on TBS Agent. Now, this is the Crossfire Micro TX V2 that I won from the RotorlabFpv and Parrot FPV giveaway, which I am still super thankful for. This helped me a lot with getting into Crossfire, and honestly, I'm in love with Crossfire. I took the antenna on the top and I switched it from the Immortal T to the TBS Diamond antenna, which honestly was mostly for looks, but I've noticed slightly better penetration when I'm flying around buildings or if I have to rip a bando or whatever. It's a little more sturdy. I just think this radio looks dope. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this overkill or is this sexy? Anyway, that's it for the top compartment. Let's move on to the inside of the bag. Alright, so moving on to the inside of the bag. This bag opens from the top like this, and it actually is built so if I were to lay it flat, I could access all of my things like this, which I really like. It's similar to my old bag, which had the kind of luggage style opening, but this one's a little bit more convenient because I can still access things from the top if I just want to stick my hand in here. But it kind of has all of these compartments and all of these little foam Velcro inserts that I can customize this bag to exactly how I like it, which is awesome because everyone likes their bag to be packed differently, and this is what makes me unique. Why don't we start off with the little mini quads that I have here. Sorry, not mini quads, micro quads. This is, I have a huge bag of lipos. This is probably half the amount of them. The other ones are dead or charging right now, so one has lipos. And then, packed in this Beta FPV micro quad case, I have two little whoops. First up, I have the old reliable. This is my modified Tiny Hawk S. Honestly, if you guys go check out other videos on my page, you guys will see a lot of videos about this. You guys know that I love this thing. It's got insane flight times, like 5 minutes or whatever. This thing's great. This is my ultimate whoop build. Next up, I have the Mobula 6, and I have made some upgrades to this too. I put a Meteor 65 frame on it, and I've just got in yesterday the Zing 0802 motors. Their quality is much better, and the flight times are honestly a little bit worse still. I need to do a little more testing, but when I do, I will let you guys know. So here are my two whoops that I fit in here. I have some spare props and stuff up top for it, and that's what goes into this case. Next up, I have my goggles. These are the same goggles that I had for my V1, and I'm still repping analog, which is honestly doing great for me because I don't have to bring around extra stuff if I want to fly my whoops or if I want to fly my 5-inch quads. Analog's doing fine for me. Honestly, it's mostly because I can't afford digital right now, but basically I've made quite a few upgrades to this goggle since. First off, starting with the fact that I have a Rapidfire module up front now. I got a little adapter thing from Skyzone. These are the Skyzone O2C goggles, so they don't come with an internal module bay. So I had to get an external one, and I have it mounted here with some double-sided Velcro. And this thing gives me really clean video, super intuitive. Rapidfire is amazing. I have the Lumineer Axie stubby antennas on right now. These are good for just packing away. I don't really have to take them off when I'm sticking it into the bag. As to my other antennas, those ones I'll have to take off just to be able to pack it in, and it's just honestly one more thing to do when I'm getting up and ready to fly. I have a black faceplate on now. Usually it comes with a white one, and I decided to hit up Skyzone and see, hey, you guys have any black ones in stock? Maybe you guys want to send me one? So they sent me one in black, and it honestly looks a lot cooler with the black one instead of the white. On the back, I have an Ethics V3 goggle strap, which is usually in like a dark green, but you guys might still be able to see some dark green in here, but I dyed it black. That way it kind of matches all of my stuff better. It's kind of more sleek. This strap lives up to the hype, along with all the other Ethics stuff. I'm a huge Ethics fan. They fit really well. They don't slide on my head, and basically they're really stretchy and comfortable. I don't really have to worry too much about it sliding down or my battery slipping out. For extra insurance, I did put a Velcro strap over top to make sure this LiPo doesn't slide around all over the place, but no, these goggles are great and they are still holding up. Maybe one day I'll upgrade to digital, but who knows? I'm vibing with analog. So this little thing up top here, this is a radio glove, or like an FPV glove. And basically this thing right here kind of goes over top of my radio and over top of my hands, and I can slip, I made a little cutout at the top so I can slip a lanyard through there and kind of clip it on. But basically here in Winnipeg, it gets really cold and really hot. So when you have these weather fluctuations, this transmitter glove can help a lot. So it'll keep my hands really warm, protected from the wind. And even during the summer, we get a lot of mosquitoes, so this will protect my hands from getting bitten. So I keep this in here. It's really convenient. It kind of just goes over top and kind of lays on my stomach. Super comfortable. Great investment. If you guys want to check this out, I think they sell it on Banggood on Amazon. I'll link a bunch of stuff in the description below, or comment if you guys have any questions. I'll let you guys know where I get them. Moving on, I have my battery case. This is the Ethics Heated LiPo battery pack. And if I take a look on the inside, we have this red suede kind of material, and I keep all of my LiPos in here. I don't have them all in here right now, but it can hold up to, I believe, 20 or 30 LiPos, and I think that's 4S. A really cool feature about this bag is that I can actually plug this into the bag, and this will light up, and it'll read my voltage for my LiPo, and then if I click this button, it'll heat this bag up to make all of my battery really nice and warm. And especially when it's freezing outside and it takes a while for my batteries to heat up while I'm flying, I just get that performance right out of the bat, and I could not be more thankful for this bag. Over here, we have my Mavic Mini, and I switched up the bag for it. I did get the Flymore combo originally, so it comes with a bag that looks like this, but it's quite a bit bigger than this one right here. So I decided that I would get a little bit of a smaller bag, considering I don't need to bring 3 batteries with me all the time. When I open it up, I have my ND filters, I have my controller, and then I have the Mavic Mini. And if you guys remember from my first video, I had this skinned out, a bunch of different like gray and black texture, but I decided why not just skin it in all black, because it looks way more sleek this way. I got this from a website called Decal Girl, and you can buy the skins for your Mavic, and they will send it over to you, and you just gotta put it on yourself. And I've gotten pretty good at it, I would say. Like, it looks pretty perfect to me. This thing's great. It's there when I need it. Alright, now I have my camera bag. And this is by PGY Tech. Not, oh my god, I just threw a sticker on there. And it basically holds all of my cameras that I need for filming. So if I take a look right here on the inside, I have room for my Osmo Pocket. I have my GoPro Hero 7. I broke my first one in a big building dive crash. So this is a replacement one with the insurance, which is nice. Insta 360 Go, it kind of goes onto my Cinewoops, nice little Instagram shots or POV shots, quick little shots that I need to do. This thing's got insane stabilization, flow state is insane. I'm thinking about getting the SMO 4K unless Insta360 releases a better camera anytime soon. It would be good for real estate. I can kind of throw it on the Uma 85 build there. And then I have little accessories here. Up top, which is really nice, I have some room for some ND filters. So I have ND8, ND16, link in the description for Camera Butter. Those are some Camera Butter ND filters. It's an affiliate link, so I'll get a little bit of something if you guys buy some ND filters from there. I have some extra GoPro batteries. When I flip it onto the back here, I have extra SD card, some ND filters, wide angle lens for the Osmo, and I have some extra little camera gear up top here. So that's what this little pouch is. Last thing in these big main compartment is my toolkit from TBS. It's TBS tool bag. It does what it needs to do, and I still hold my tools in here. So let's just take a quick look on the inside. It's nothing too special. I have all of my tools up here and down here. So I have some screwdrivers, pliers, hot glue, everything I need in here. Something that I do want to go into depth is this Ethics prop tool, which also lives up to its hype. It's basically one tool and the only tool that you probably need to carry on to fix your 5-inch quads on the way. So it's like at the prop tool, it's got like the, I think this is 2.5 millimeter and 2.0 millimeter hex tools. And basically this thing's great. Great job, Ethics, on this one. Yeah, and besides that, I have just some spare antennas, smoke stopper, and I have a chest mount for my GoPro. Nothing too special, just a toolkit. Now lastly, and I know this bag holds a lot of stuff, we have a couple more things up here. Just have some extra cables, battery straps. Honestly, any extra cables that I need, I can fit all up in here into this little pouch. And finally, up here, I have a landing pad. And this landing pad's really, really convenient for if you want to take up on grass, snow, or wet conditions, or something that's really uneven. This thing comes into convenient. And it folds up nice and small. It's a nice hard material. I've used it quite a bit in the past few months here. I love it. My sister got it for me. I don't know what company that is. I can't even read those first 3 letters, but something tech. And it's great. And I think that concludes my what's in my FPV bag. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions, I read all of my questions and I'll answer all of them too. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe if you guys want to see more of what I do. And I will have to see you guys on the next one. Peace.